Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a part 2 of where I tried to make or follow a squishy tutorial using this book here. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, then I will link that in the description box below. And again, I got this book as a Christmas present a couple of years ago. And again, I will just quickly go through what's in it. So, for example, it has different squishy tutorials on how to make loads of really adorable squishies. And then it also shows you how to make other kinds of squishies as well, such as ones that are made out of paper. And also how to make slime as well. And then it also has tutorials on how to make different kinds of putty. So it is definitely a really cool book. And this again is going to be my second time actually following a squishy tutorial from this book. And also I will put a link to where you can buy this book in the description box below. You can order it from eBay. And I'm pretty sure it's also available on the Works website as well. I'm not really sure. And today I really want to follow a paper squishy tutorial. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this is the one that I have chosen to make, and I'm going to be making the narwhal paper squishy. And here is what the end result looks like. It's really cute. And again, I'm just going to be trying to follow this as best as I can. However, I might end up doing some of my own things for some of it. So now I'm just going to gather up all the materials that I'm going to be needing for this project. So here are all the materials that I'm going to be needing. So first I need a piece of white paper. And then I also have my marker pens, or you can use colouring pencils. And then I also have some clear tape, or some wide clear tape like it says in the book. And then it also says that I need stuffing, but I don't have any polyester stuffing or the one that you use for pillows, so I'm actually going to be using cotton balls instead. And then it also says you need a bobby pin and a ball chain, but I do not have either of those, so I'm going to be using a phone strap and an eye pin, which I'm pretty sure will work in the exact same way. And then it also says that you're going to be needing the label from page 108, but I'm just going to be getting to that bit later. And then lastly it says that you need your scissors. So yeah, now I'm ready to finally get started. Okay, so step 1 says that I need to fold my piece of paper in half and then draw a cute narwhal shape onto one side along the folded line, and then I need to colour it in. So I'm just going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is what one side of the squishy looks like once I had finished colouring it in. And as you can see in the book, they did colour it a dark blue, but I decided to colour mine a slight purplish pinkish colour. And then also for the blush, they actually drew on 2 circle shapes for the blush, but I ended up just drawing on some lines using my red pen. And I think the shape turned out really good. I did originally want to draw out the shape using a pencil just in case I messed up, but thankfully I didn't. So I just drew the shape just using a pen. I didn't use a pencil at all for this. And I'm really glad I didn't mess up. So that's what it looks like so far. And now moving on to step 2. So step 2 says I have to trace the outline through to the other side of the paper, and then I also have to add on the details and also colour it in as well. So I'm just going to do that. Here is what the other side looks like once I've finished colouring it in. And annoyingly, as I was colouring it in, the pen did start to dry up slightly, but thankfully I was able to colour it in fully, so the pen didn't completely run out of ink on me. And also, this bit was quite tricky drawing out the shape again, so I actually had to hold the paper up to my window and then trace it onto the other side of the paper, just so then I could clearly see the outline of the squishy, and then I could draw it on the other side, if that makes sense. And I think this is looking pretty cute so far. So now moving on to step 3, and step 3 says that I need to unfold my paper, which I've already done, and then cover the design with clear tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Here is what it looks like once I've finished covering it with clear tape. And then I already went ahead and I did the next step, which is step 4, and it says to fold the piece of paper back in half and then carefully cut out the shape, which I already did, as you can see. And I did kind of mess up slightly on the horn on the back, as you can see, because one side wasn't completely lined up perfectly with the other side, so I did end up messing up when I was cutting it out. But that's fine, since this part isn't going to be filled with stuffing anyway, since it's so small. But I think the rest of it looks pretty good. So now moving on to step 5, and step 5 says I need to tape the edges of the narwhal together to create a pouch, and then I need to leave an opening on one side so that way I can add in the filling. So I'm just going to do that. Here's what it looks like once I've finished taping most of it together, and it's not the cleanest job ever because I'm still getting better at the taping together part, but still I tried my best, and this was quite fiddly, but I think it's good enough. And I ended up using this thinner tape here because this tape was just too difficult to use for this part. And I also left an opening here so that way I can add in the filling. So now moving on to step 6, which says I need to poke the stuffing into the pouch and then tape up the opening. And then it also says to leave a small hole for the bobby pin or the eye pin, which is what I'm using. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So here is what it looks like once I've finished adding in the rest of the filling, and then I just closed up the opening with some more clear tape. And also I didn't add any stuffing to this part of the tail or the horn either, because just by looking at the pictures of the squishy in the book, it doesn't look like they added much stuffing to the tail or the horn, and well, they might not have added any at all, so I decided just to leave mine like that. And I mostly just added some stuffing to the body or the head. And then lastly what I did was I also made the tag as well. And again, I made the tag slightly different compared to how it says to do it in the book. So in the book on step 7, which is the last step, it says to use tape to attach your label to the ball chain, then slide the chain into the bobby pin, poke the bobby pin into the small hole and secure with tape. So I did mine quite a bit differently. So like I said, I used an eye pin instead. And I just poked it into the squishy. I didn't have to use tape to secure it. And then what I did was I just found the label on page 108, like it says here. And then what I did was I took a photocopy of that page and then I cut out the tag, and then I just glued it onto a piece of card so that way it would be a little bit more sturdy. And then I covered it with clear tape and cut it out with my scissors. And then I just attached it to this phone strap just using a glue stick. And then finally I just clipped the phone strap to the eye pin, as you can see. So yeah, I prefer just doing it this way because in the book it actually says that you can just cut out the tags directly from the book, but I don't really want to do it that way, so I think this way is a lot better in my opinion. And then once I had finished making the tag, my squishy was then finished. And I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think its face is really cute. And also I really like the colour of it as well. Again, I decided to colour it in a different colour compared to the one in the book. But I decided to keep the face mostly the same just because I thought the face was so cute already. So I didn't want to change much about it. Even though the face on my one did come out a little bit different compared to the one in the book. And also I know it's not slow rising. It probably would have been a lot more slow rising if I had used that teddy bear stuffing. But like I said, I didn't have any on me, so I had to use cotton balls. Or I probably could have used a plastic bag or some pieces of foam. But still, I think this is really good. I think I'm slowly making an improvement with my paper squishies. And here is the tag again. I think the tag is so cute. And again, this was a very easy project to follow, apart from like a few things which, again, like I said, that I wasn't the best at like taping the two pieces together because, as you can see, it is quite messy around the edges. But that's the part that I still kind of struggle with when it comes to paper squishies, and like I said, I'm slowly getting better. I still think this is really good. And again, I will compare it to the one in the book. So yeah, despite it being a little bit messy around the edges, I'm still really pleased with this. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. And again, if you haven't seen part 1, I will link that in the description box below. And also, please stay tuned for more videos like this, because I definitely want to follow more projects from this book, because this book is definitely a lot of fun. And again, I will also link I'll also put a link to where you can buy this book in the description box below. You can order it from eBay, and I'm pretty sure the shipping is international, so anyone can get it. So yeah, I'll definitely be following more of the projects from this book, so please stay tuned for more videos like this. But this time I just really wanted to make a paper squishy because it's been quite a long time since I've made a paper squishy. So, yep, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye!